now, good morning. Happy Monday, PASW staff, clients, friends joining us for Film Scoring Monday. We look at a scene. You have to look at it before, right? We can't just submit music. You have to look at the scene. And I know who looks at it. You can't just send in any kind of music. You have to look at the scene. I take out the music and you think, what music could possibly be there? Most of all of these have been just as good as the score, because I wouldn't put that in. Where if the director said, okay, I'll use your piece of music, that's good. So you have to really pay attention. It's easy, but it's not super easy. You have to focus here, and this is what we try to do each week. And I've seen each of your individual progress. So I'm proud of a lot of you guys. It just takes a good ear, and we're doing music listening here too. So it's music supervision, all that kind of stuff. Just recapping it, because we've done so many of these, and it's been a lot of pleasure. Also sharing some film history with you guys too, right? That's what I talked about earlier. Epic, good, important films that should be, talked about. Okay, so we've kind of had a Western theme. I mean, Raising Arizona wasn't Western, but we kind of did a bluegrass theme. And then before that, we did Magnificent Seven. That was epic Western. So last week we took a break with Taxi Driver because I just wanted to get in some jazz. But today we're going to revisit a Western, but we're going to see how we're going to need a different Western sound. There's all different subgenres, right? Just because it's Western doesn't mean, okay, Western music. There's different subgenres of any genre. That's what sub below it, right? Okay, so today we're going to re-look at, and we know these guys too, the Coen brothers, 2010 film True Grit.
Mr. Cogburn?
What do you want, girl?
I'm looking for the man who killed my father. The man's name is Tom Chaney, and I need somebody to go after him.
What's your name?
My name is Mattie Ross. Are you some kind of law?
I'm a Texas Ranger. I know Chaney. It is at least a two-man job taking him alive.
Marshal Cogburn? Can we depart this afternoon?
We?
I'm going with you.
Congratulations, you've graduated from marauder to wet nurse.
He's being followed.
What do we do, Marshal?
You missed your shot, Cogburn.
Just let this go.
I thought you were going to say the sun was in your eyes. That is to say, your eye.
You got a lot of experience with bounty hunters, do you?
That is a silly question. I am 14.
You can run on for a long time.
Time for you to go home.
I don't like you.
I will not go back, not without Chaney, dead or alive.
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Chaney's here! Help me, Marshal!
Now what, Cogburn?
Them boys don't think about the wrath that's about to set down on him. Chaney and his gang are rough lot. I do not regret shooting your father.
I will kill this girl!
Biggest mistake you ever made.
Tell them that God's gonna cut you down.
Yeah, we did Coen Brothers 2 weeks ago, so you're probably thinking, is that all he watches? And no, I don't. I love the Coen Brothers, though. Lately I've been rewatching a lot of these movies, and I'm like, okay, this is good to use these scenes. And I want, so I spend a lot of time thinking, what is good? I don't just do random movies. What is good for us? And so, like I said, we did Epic Western a few weeks ago. Then we did Fun Western with the Bluegrass Raising Arizona. But we did Dances with Wolves a long time ago. That's, got a Western tone, but that's epic sweeping, right, with John Barry. With Magnificent Seven, Elmer Bernstein. And that was that great theme that we came up with. Okay, so we'll talk about the music in this later, but just a movie, just a kind of a general sense of, it's an adaptation of a book, right? Charles Portis, 1968, True Grit. They did True Grit about a year after that. After 1969, John Wayne stars in it. And then the music to that is by Elmer Bernstein, who did Magnificent Seven. So, he did tons of scores. But, it was just kind of funny because we looked at Elmer a few weeks ago. Okay, so he did True Grit back in the 69 version. So the Coens remake this in 2010. So we're not talking about the older version of it. So this was nominated for like 10 Academy Awards, but didn't win any. And the Academy Awards were just a few weeks ago, but 10 nominations, didn't win any. That's crazy. And you know, we've done a few Coen Brothers. Just like I said, we did Raising Arizona, and then we did Miller's Crossing a few years ago. Okay, so, but it actually, even though, regardless of the Academy Awards, it does really well. It's about $35 million budget, makes $252 million. So it actually does very well. What is it about? It's a very simple story, actually. Haley Steinfeld is so good in this. They auditioned like 15,000 girls, and she was the one. So she plays, and she was a 14-year-old in this movie. She's a farm girl, and somebody has killed her father. And so she hires Rooster Cogburn, who's Jeff Bridges, and he's kind of this, you know, into booze and all that kind of stuff, but he's a U.S. Marshal, so he is a good guy. So he hires her to avenge her father. She wants to get Jeff Bridges, and they want to go find the guy that killed her father. And so, I mean, that's basically what it is. And so it's their adventure together, along with some other people kind of entering in on their adventure together. Very fun and funny movie, but and then who does the Coen Brothers scores? Carter Burwell, right? And he was just nominated for the Banshees movie a few weeks ago, so he's still composing a lot of scores. So he does this, and he does all of their movies. It's the 15th Coen Brother film that he scored for this, and he's still doing them. So we talked about Carter Burwell. So they talked to Carter about using 19th century church music for this movie. Interesting, right? So this is a different kind of Western, and the scene we're going to look at is at the end, and it's a little quiet, and it's a little reflective and sad. So you got the gist of the story. This is the end. So the 14-year-old girl falls down in a cave, gets bitten by a snake, and it's poisonous. Jeff Bridges rescues her and has to take her to a doctor. So they have to get on a horse and get to the nearest doctor. So that's the scene we're going to look at. And so, you know, it's tragic because she could die. And I won't ruin it, but, you know, if you do want to see it, you should see it. She doesn't die, though. Okay, so why don't we take a look at the scene just with the score. And you would think, well, I wonder what this could be. So this is at the end of the movie. It's very emotional because this is the main girl. She could die. Very, you know, and very scary snake bite on her. So let's take a look at the scene that we're going to score. So just solo piano, right? It's reflective, it's emotional, it's sentimental. This is Carter Burwell's song, and it doesn't sound Western though. So that's why I thought it would be kind of interesting to pick this song. Beautiful cinematography too, by the way, right? So it's not bluegrass, and it's not Raising Arizona, and it's not Magnificent Seven. It's not none of that, but it's a Western movie. So what would that scene look like without any music? Let's take a look. It looks, and it's edited in a way that looks like it could be reflective and the end of a movie and something serious is going on. But we need that extra kick, that extra music in there. I mean, we don't have to, but for this assignment, we do have to. We have to come up with some music. So think of something that can be kind of solemn and emotional and reflective. Doesn't have to be solo piano. It can be, doesn't have to be. You guys can have fun with this, but no words, because words tell the audience what to feel. We don't do that with this. We need to find something reflective, emotional for this Western scene, you know, because this little duel had happened, you know, this little kind of war, small little war like had broke, you know, had happened, and then she falls down, gets, you know, so, you know, he's trying to save her, and he's got to go a long way to get her to the nearest doctor. So there's, you know, and this is the end of the movie. So there's a lot at stake here. Because although, you know, he's kind of a gruff guy, he is, you know, does follow the law and does stay true to his word. So come up with a piece of music that could fit like that. You know, go back and look at the scene and think, well, what options could use. If you don't know, then you kind of, a good way to start is to say, well, I know it can't be this. So then you just narrow it down. Well, it can't be a jazz score. You know, it can't be Mozart. You know, I mean, but they're all, I mean, you know, now that I said that, I mean, it possibly could be, but let's not use Mozart. Send me some ideas, see what you got. Okay, we're going to have a great week and look at an American composer on Thursday. So this is kind of an American month, a little bit, with the movies and composers we've looked at. Okay, have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching. See you Thursday. Bye.